Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be looking at what if Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was elected as a Democratic nominee and went up against Donald Trump in November. So we are always going to have to start off with the safe Democratic states. So we are doing basically all the safe states for Biden as well as most of the likely states. There's going to be Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, the District of Columbia, Maryland, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Delaware, Connecticut, Vermont, New York, and Illinois. Then we gotta go to the safe Republican states. These are gonna be Utah, Idaho. Actually, I also forgot to put Maine's first district for blue. But we also have Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. Nebraska's second, Nebraska's first. Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and South Carolina, as well as Maine's second district. So for Iowa, Texas, and Florida, these are going to go into the likely Republican column by just barely. I feel like Kennedy just does good enough there for it to go into the likely column. We also have Alaska into likely Republican, because I feel like a lot of people think that Alaska is just such a safe Republican state. It is not. It was actually won by Trump by only 10 points in 2020. So I feel like Kennedy is going to be able to pull it off to make it go into likely here. Now let's go to the likely Democratic states. These are going to be New Mexico, Colorado, New Jersey, Virginia, Minnesota, New Hampshire, and Maine at large. So New Mexico, for Biden versus Trump matchup, for Harris versus Trump right now, I have it lean. I feel like Kennedy does better against Trump, and I feel like it will go into likely. Colorado, I have it as a likely for Harris versus Trump as well. I feel like Kennedy will be able to definitely boost it, but just not enough to get it into safe. Now we have Minnesota. Minnesota, I feel like it barely goes to likely, because I already have it as a lean for the Harris versus Trump, but I just feel like it barely gets to likely under Kennedy. Virginia, Kennedy, I feel like will almost get Virginia to safe as well. I feel like he is very strong in the East Coast. New Jersey, same thing. New Hampshire, I feel like he does really good in New Hampshire. He's already on the ballot here. New Hampshire's a very independent state. I feel like Kennedy does really well in New Hampshire. Maine, it's just a more blue version of New Hampshire, so you would get it why it's unlikely. But now let's go to the lean states. For the Democrats, these are going to be Michigan and Pennsylvania. These two are the most left-leaning of the swing states and blue wall states in general. Michigan, Kennedy's already on the ballot on, and I feel like he would do really strong in the blue wall. He does really strong all around the country, especially in the Midwest as well. So I feel like Kennedy's a really strong candidate. Obviously, he does have several cons about him, but I feel like he does do pretty good overall. Now let's go to the lean Republican states. These are going to be North Carolina, and that's really it. North Carolina is the most right-leaning of the swing states. It is also, it's really the most left-leaning. The most right-leaning. Currently, I have it being likely in the Harris versus Trump matchup, so I think it would be very hard for Kennedy to win here. In his best-case scenario against Trump, maybe. But I just don't think it'll be able to go tilt or blue in this scenario. Now let's go to the lean Democratic states. These are going to be Arizona and Wisconsin. The tilt Democratic states. I'm so sorry. But we are going to go to the tilt states. Right now we have Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Georgia. We'll go from Georgia to the West Coast by starting in Georgia. We have Trump winning this state by a tilt margin against Kennedy. I feel like Trump just barely keeps it. Kennedy, he is a very strong candidate, but he's not that popular in the South. And yes, he does appeal okay to minorities, and I feel like he would win a lot of that Atlanta suburb vote, but just not enough for a win in this red state. Sorry for that. Wisconsin, I have Kennedy winning tilt here. Like I explained, he does pretty good in the blue wall. And although Wisconsin is more conservative than Michigan or Pennsylvania, I feel like Kennedy is able to pull it off in the final blue wall state. Now we have Nevada and Arizona. In Arizona, I have Kennedy winning here, mainly because of the abortion referendum and Kennedy just being obviously more soft on abortion than Donald Trump, and I feel like most female voters are appealed by Kennedy, as well as some Hispanic minorities. In Nevada, it's the same here, but I feel like Trump just barely pulls it off, mainly because of there isn't that abortion ban, but Kennedy still appeals to those same groups, and I feel like Kennedy does also do really good here. And I forgot about Nebraska 2nd District, but I do have it going lean Democrat. So we have Kennedy at 281 and Trump at 257. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.